Have you ever looked up from your phone, your laptop, or across the room only to find your cat staring directly at you? Not for a second, not for 10 seconds, but for what feels like forever. It's one of the strangest things cats do, and if you've ever wondered what they're thinking, you're definitely not alone. Most people assume their cat wants food, is plotting something mischievous, or is simply being weird. But what if that long, silent stare actually means something completely different? Because once you understand what's really happening, you'll probably never look at your cat's eyes the same way again. Here's the interesting part. Cats didn't evolve to communicate like humans, or even like dogs. They don't bark for attention or constantly seek eye contact. In fact, in the wild, direct staring between unfamiliar cats can actually be a sign of tension. So why would your own cat spend minutes looking straight at you? The answer isn't as simple as you might think, and it starts with something your cat has been doing since the day it first trusted a human. Cats are incredibly observant animals. Long before they react, they watch, they study, they collect information. Every movement you make tells them something. The sound of your footsteps, the way you reach for your shoes, the moment you close your laptop, even the tiny change in your breathing before you stand up. To you, these actions seem completely random. To your cat, they're clues. Over time, cats become surprisingly good at predicting human routines. Many owners notice their cat appearing by the food bowl minutes before dinner. Others find their cat waiting at the door just before someone arrives home. It can almost feel like mind reading, but it's really careful observation. Your cat has probably memorized hundreds of tiny patterns without you ever noticing. And this is where it gets weird. Sometimes your cat isn't staring because of what you're doing. It's staring because it's waiting for what usually happens next. Maybe standing up usually means treats. Maybe grabbing your keys means the house gets quiet. Maybe walking toward the couch means cuddle time. The stare is often anticipation. Your cat is watching the beginning of a familiar sequence, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. What most people don't realize is that your cat also watches your emotions. Research suggests cats can recognize certain human facial expressions and emotional cues. They may respond differently when you appear relaxed compared to when you're upset or stressed. That doesn't mean they're reading your mind. It means they're paying close attention to your behavior. If you've ever felt like your cat seemed to know you were having a bad day, there may actually be something behind that feeling. Cats notice changes in your voice. They notice slower movements. They notice unusual routines. Sometimes the silent stare is simply your cat gathering information. What's different today? Are we safe? Is something about to happen? That's a very different picture than the idea that your cat is just being mysterious. But here's another surprise. Not every stare means the same thing. Context changes everything. Imagine your cat sitting across the room with relaxed ears, a loose body, and soft eyes. That's completely different from a cat with stiff posture, flattened ears, and wide pupils. One may be quietly observing. The other may be uncomfortable or frightened. The eyes alone never tell the whole story. Body language fills in the missing pieces. And speaking of eyes, there's one behavior that cat experts often consider one of the clearest signs of trust: the slow blink. You may have seen it before. Your cat looks at you, then slowly closes its eyes, pauses, and gently opens them again. It almost looks sleepy. But here's the fascinating part. Cats are naturally cautious animals. Closing their eyes, even briefly, leaves them more vulnerable. When a relaxed cat slowly blinks at you, it's often interpreted as a sign that it feels safe enough to let its guard down. Some researchers have even found that people who slowly blink back are more likely to receive slow blinks from cats in return. It's not magic, it's simply a calm form of communication. So if your cat stares for a while and then slowly blinks, that's usually a very different message than a tense, frozen stare. But wait, there's another reason your cat may seem almost obsessed with watching you, and it's something we rarely think about. You are one of the most interesting things in your cat's environment. Indoor cats don't experience the same variety of events as animals living outside. You become part of their daily entertainment. Every movement is something to observe. Every conversation is background information. Even watching you fold laundry or cook dinner can provide mental stimulation. From your cat's perspective, you're an active, unpredictable creature that constantly creates interesting events. No wonder it keeps watching. Here's something else that surprises many people. Cats often watch without expecting interaction. Dogs frequently seek direct engagement. Cats don't always. Sometimes they're perfectly content just sharing the same space. Animal behavior experts sometimes refer to this as social companionship. Your cat may simply enjoy knowing where you are. No petting required, no treats necessary, just quiet company. That's why some cats follow their owners from room to room, only to sit several feet away without asking for anything. It seems confusing until you realize they may simply prefer being nearby. And this brings us to a common misunderstanding. People often believe that if a cat stares, it's demanding something. Sometimes that's true. If it's close to mealtime, your cat may absolutely be reminding you. Cats quickly learn which behaviors get results. If staring at you eventually leads to food, they'll probably keep doing it. Animals repeat behaviors that work. It's basic learning. But if your cat stares at completely random moments, especially while lying comfortably, it may have nothing to do with food at all. It may simply be observation, or companionship, or curiosity. And curiosity is one of the defining traits of healthy cats. Every unfamiliar sound, every new object, every unexpected movement deserves investigation. Did a bird land outside? Did your phone vibrate? Did you sneeze? Your cat wants answers. And yes, sometimes those answers involve staring at you until the mystery is solved. But here's an interesting question. Have you ever noticed your cat staring while you're sleeping? That can feel slightly unsettling. Yet there are perfectly ordinary explanations. You move differently while asleep. Your breathing changes. You roll over unexpectedly. Your cat may simply be checking whether you're about to wake up. Or maybe it has learned that once you wake up, breakfast eventually appears. Again, routine matters. Cats are masters of connecting events. Now here's something that often gets overlooked. Age can change staring behavior too. Kittens watch everything because the world is completely new. Adult cats become more selective, focusing on important patterns. Senior cats may spend more time quietly observing simply because they're less active than they once were. Each stage of life brings different reasons to watch, and health can matter as well. If a cat suddenly begins staring unusually often, while also showing changes in appetite, confusion, vision, or behavior, it's worth paying attention. Occasional staring is perfectly normal. A sudden dramatic change, especially combined with other symptoms, deserves a conversation with a veterinarian. Understanding normal behavior also helps you recognize when something isn't normal. Now let's return to something almost every cat owner experiences. You're sitting peacefully. You look over. Your cat is already looking at you. You look away. A minute later, still staring. It almost feels intentional. In many ways it is. Not because your cat is judging you, not because it's planning world domination, but because watching has always been one of the safest ways for cats to understand their surroundings. Observation comes before action. It's how they hunt. It's how they avoid danger. It's how they learn. And now, you're part of that environment. The more bonded your cat becomes with you, the more relevant your actions become. That's actually a remarkable thought. Your everyday habits have become meaningful to another species. Every routine, every sound, every little ritual. Your cat has quietly built an entire understanding of your life. And perhaps that's the biggest surprise of all. That silent stare isn't always asking for something. Sometimes it's simply paying attention. Sometimes it's learning. Sometimes it's waiting. Sometimes it's enjoying your company without needing anything else. The next time your cat locks eyes with you, don't rush to assume something is wrong. Take a second to notice the rest of its body. Are the ears relaxed? Is the tail calm? Are the eyes soft? Does it slowly blink? Those tiny details tell a much bigger story than the stare alone ever could. And maybe that's one of the reasons so many people form such deep bonds with cats. They're subtle. They don't communicate with grand gestures. They communicate through small moments that become meaningful once you understand them. A quiet glance across the room, a slow blink, choosing to nap nearby, following you without asking for attention. These tiny behaviors can say far more than loud displays ever could. So the next time your cat stares at you, instead of wondering what strange thought is going through its mind, ask yourself a different question. What has my cat noticed about me today that I haven't even noticed about myself? You might be surprised by the answer. If you may enjoy discovering what your cat's mysterious stare might really mean, let us know in the comments. What's the longest time your cat has ever stared at you? And what happened next? We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep paying attention to the quiet conversations your cat has with you every single day. Meow. If you glance at your cat right now, you might notice a relaxed stare or even a slow blink that's been there all along. Meow.